Hello and welcome everybody. Feast of Pentecost is around the corner and I really encourage you to take note. Okay, Feast of Pentecost. Now the interesting part of Feast of Pentecost is when Yeshua went to heaven, just before he went to heaven, he said you must wait in Jerusalem for the promise to be fulfilled or to receive the promise from the Father. Now, many times when I have discussion with people, especially when it's religious people, I ask them, what do you know about the Holy Spirit? Tell me more about the Holy Spirit. And a lot of them can't. They say, well, they don't know. They tell, no, I'm baptized in the Holy Spirit. I said, okay, how did that happen? No, when you're baptized with water, you receive the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I said, okay, that's interesting, but that's not how I know it, and it's not how it's explained. So I'm going to read to you a portion out of Acts 1, where it says the Holy Spirit promised, and from verse 4, and being assembled together with them, he commanded them not to depart from Jerusalem, but to wait for the promise of the Father, which he said, you have heard me, for John truly baptized with water, but you shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days from now. So that is not the same as water baptism. Yes, you can receive the Holy Spirit during water baptism, but in my experience, I did not receive the Holy Spirit during water baptism. That was by the laying on of hands and people praying for me, and I had a very big desire to be filled with the Holy Spirit. Now, the other interesting part, when Yeshua wrote this, he said, and he said to them, it is not for you to know these times or seasons which the Father has put in his own authority, but you shall receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be witnesses to me in Jerusalem and in Judea and Samaria and to the end of the earth. Now, that power, it's interesting. Previous videos we looked at the power. Most of the time it is either dunamis or exousia, and dunamis is like the dynamite power, and exousia is the authority. They already received the authority that Jesus gave them. Jesus said, all authority in heaven and earth has been given to me, therefore I send you. He gave them authority, but they did not yet have the power. So they received the power when the Holy Spirit came on them, and there was a massive start in the church. 3,000 people got saved on the first day. Now, I looked up the Greek word for this power. It says, and that word, yes, is dynamin. So it comes also from dunamis, dynamin, dynamic power, but especially miracle power. And that miracle power is the very important thing. So they had the authority over evil spirits. They had authority over sickness, but they did not yet have the miracle power to bring to them the restoration of whatever need to be restored, that miracle power. You can, let's say it's a spirit that caused blindness, you can chase away that spirit. But if there's damage in the eyes, you need a miracle for that eyes to be restored. Reconstructive miracles, arms that need to grow out, all of that comes from the power that we receive, especially from the Holy Spirit. So celebrate this Feast of Pentecost. Be expectant to be filled over and over again, so that you receive the miracle power, and then you put it to the test. Then you start to work with it. Then if it doesn't work, pray for people, and see, with authority and power you will be able to do much. Father, I pray that you'll help us, teach us, train us, and learn us how we can just use your miracle power, your authority that you have given to us. But help us so that we will not look away, but that we'll stand up and bring heaven to earth. Help us to focus on the love you have given us, and that we can share that love to other people. I thank you for your mercy, and I thank you for your grace. And I thank you for that. In the name of Yeshua, be blessed.